Hello guys, welcome to Origo Institute. So in this class, we will discuss about the scratch games. Okay, we'll make a simple but very interesting game, apple catching game. Okay, so in our previous class, part 1, we discussed about the basic of the Scratch programming, how to move the sprite or how to change the or how to choose the sprite also. Okay, so if you still don't watch the first part, so go to my channel and watch the part 1 first, so it will be easier to understand the game. Okay, so now moving to the coding. Okay, so first click on the files. Okay, here click on the files and click on the new. Okay, so now these windows will appear. Okay, so I already discussed in the first class, this is our stage area and this is our programming area. Okay, so for this game, this is called apple catching game. Okay, so for this game we need two sprite. Okay, so first we choose the two sprite for our games. Okay, so now delete this sprite and click on the choose a sprite. Okay, and choose apple. Here you can see apple. Okay, so this is our first sprite and we need another sprite also. So again click on the choose a sprite option here and click the bowl. Okay, so this is our second sprite. Okay, so our game will be like that. The bowl will move on the x-axis like that, and apple falling from the upper to lower direction randomly. Okay, and we will move this bowl with the help of the keyboard arrow key left and right. Okay, if I catch the apple, then our score will increase, and if I miss the apple 5 times or more than 5 times, then our game will over, and here we will display game over screen. Okay, so before write our code, we need to choose a background or backdrop for our game. Okay, so a beautiful background looks our game better. Okay, so now choose the backdrop option here, choose a backdrop and take any one of the backdrop you if you want. Okay, so now I am taking this one, tree. Okay, so this is the background. Okay, okay, now I want to make the bowl little bit bigger. Okay, so the apple will fit the bowl properly. Okay, so now click on the bowl and here size option is available. It's 100. Okay, so change 100 to 150. Okay, just type 150 and see here the size is increased. Okay, so now we need to write our code for to move the bowl on the x-axis from the one end of the screen to the another end. Okay, so enter screen, this bowl will move with the help of the left and right arrow key. Okay, so now click on the event. Okay, here you can see event option is available. Click here. Okay, so and the second option is when space key is pressed. Here you can see when space key is pressed, and choose this block. Drag this on the programming area. Now change space key to left arrow key. Actually, we are going to use the left and right arrow key. So now this block is for the left arrow key. Okay, so select here left arrow. Okay, and now right click on this block and duplicate it and place it on the right side. Okay, and change left arrow to right arrow key. Okay, so this block is for our left arrow and this block is for our right arrow key. Okay, so now this block actually detects the arrow key is pressed or not, but what actually happened when it detects that the left or right key is pressed. Okay, so when we press the left arrow key, ball will move on the left side, that means on the x-axis. Okay, so now click on the motion. Okay, and here you can see here change x by 10. Okay, so drag this block on the programming area and attach with the left arrow block. Okay, so change x by 10. Okay, and it will be minus 10, change 10 to minus 10. Okay, now Again copy this, change x by minus 10, duplicate this and attach it on the right arrow key block. Okay, so for the right arrow, we change the x by plus 10. Okay, so just change it to 10. Okay, so for the left arrow, we are using change x by minus 10, and when we use our right arrow key, so this is changing the x by plus 10. Okay, now test this code, it's working or not. Okay, so for to test this code, just press the left and right arrow key on the keyboard. Okay, so when I press the right arrow key, it's moving on the right side, and when I pressing the left arrow key, it's moving on the left hand side. Okay, so you can see here it's moving very smoothly. Okay, so if you want to change the speed, okay, if you need higher speed, okay, so you need to change the values here, you need to increase the values. Okay, so if you want to increase, that will be minus 50, or you can change it here by plus 50. Both values will be equal. Okay, one will be negative sign and one will be positive. Okay, so now our coding for the bowl is completed. Okay, it's moving on the left and right side. Now we want to add another one code for to fix the location of the bowl. Okay, so now click on the event, and when green flag is clicked, choose this block and drag it. And what happened when I click the flag? Actually, on that bowl will set the starting position. Okay, so this is our starting position. Okay, so I want to set it on the middle. Okay, so this is our starting point. Okay, so what is the value of the x and y now? X value is minus 4 and y value is minus 102. Okay, so click on the motion and drag this block. Go to x and y. Okay, so drag this and attach with the green flag click block. Okay, so here three block we use. One is for the left arrow key, one is for the right arrow key, and one is for the green flag click button. That means that this button. Okay, so now I am moving the ball anywhere of the screen. Okay, and now want to choose that it will coming to the starting point or not. So just click on the green flag, and you can see here the ball is on the same position from where we want to start our game. Okay, so now everything is set for the bowl. Okay, now we need to write the another code, main code for our apple. Okay, okay, so first we'll write the code for to fold the apple on the downward direction. Okay, so now next we will set our position of the apple. So position means from which point start falling. Okay, it will start falling. So suppose I want that point. Okay, you can set it properly. If you want, you can move it little bit upper. Okay, now actually I want that the apple will fall from upper side to lower side. Okay, but it will randomly change the position on the x-axis every time. That means every time apple will change its position. Sometimes it will from here, from here, from here, anywhere it can be generated. But the height will be same. Height cannot change. That means apple always. That means apple always fall from the set position, not from the anywhere of the screen. That means a middle or lower end. Okay, so it will fall every time from the set position. That means the which position is set for this apple. Okay, so now set the position first. Okay, and now go to the motion block and choose go to x and y. Okay, so drag this and attach it with the green flag click block. Okay, okay, now here you can see the value of y is 180. So this will be fixed. We do not change this value. Okay, height will be same every time, but every time apple will generate randomly on the x-axis. So x will be random. Okay, so for to get the random position, we'll go to the operators, click on the operator tab here. Okay, and you can see here pick random 1 to 10. Okay, so drag it here and attach it with the x values. Okay, here is minus 154. Okay, it could be different for you. Okay, so no issue, you just attach it with the x-axis values. Okay, so that means now x values is pick random 1 to 10. Okay, so 1 to 10 is the default values. What I want to change it to our entire screen values from here to here. Okay, so just type here minus 250 to plus 250. This is the position of the x. That means the apple will generate on the x-axis, anywhere of the x-axis, but the y always is fixed. Okay, so now I want to check this, the apple generating randomly or not. So just click on the green flag here, randomly. You can check that the apple is moving on the x-axis, but the height is the same. Now we'll write our code for to fold the apple from upside to downside direction. Okay, so for to do this we also need to write the code, choose different blocks from the here, and we can make it. Okay, so now first click on the repeat until block. Okay, so click on the control, here you can see control, and here you can find the repeat block, repeat until block. Here you can see this is the repeat until block. Drag it and attach it with the go to block. Okay, so now actually repeat until means it is, this is the loop. Okay, this will repeat our code until this condition. Here we'll write our condition until our condition is satisfied or false. Okay, so what is the condition here? Actually we need to set the values of the ending point. Okay, so we already set our starting point, so also need to choose our ending point. Okay, up to which point the apple will fall. Okay, so here we want that apple will fall to the ending position, lower ending position of the screen. Suppose I want to that point. Okay, up to that point apple will move, and again it will start from the upside, and again it will move to the downward direction up to that point. Okay, but here actually we need to apply two conditions. One is suppose apple is falling, so I missed the apple, so it will go to the maximum end position of the y-axis, y values, that means the end of the screen. And if the another condition is apple is falling and I catch the apple with the ball, so that time the apple not move to the downside direction. When I catch the apple, it will again move to the upside direction. Okay, so for to apply these two condition, either this or this, we'll use a logical operator. Okay, so click on the operator. Okay, so here you can find logical or operator here. So drag it and attach it with the repeat until block. So here you can see two conditions. Either this condition will be true or this condition will be true. One of this condition will be true, then the code will run. Okay. So our first condition is if the apple will fall until it touches the bowl. Okay. If it touches the bowl, then it will again go to the starting position. Okay, so for to do this, click on the sensing, and here you can see here touching mouse pointer. Okay, so change it mouse pointer to bowl. Okay, and drag this and apply this with the first condition. So repeat until touching the bowl, or our second condition is, or second condition is the apple is reached to the ending point. So our ending point is, suppose this is the ending point. Okay, what is the value of the y? Minus 179. Okay, so I am writing here 180. Actually minus 180, I am using here plus 180, so I am using here minus 180. So the apple will fall until it reach the values of minus 180. Okay, so click on the operator and choose the less than operator and attach it with the second condition. Okay, so our second condition is our y position is less than the minus 180. So just click on the motion. Okay, and choose y position. Here you can see Y position. So drag it and attach it with the first block here. So Y position is less than minus 180. Clear? So repeat until it touches the bowl or Y position. This is the Y axis. Y position less than minus 180. That means the lower value here. Okay. So when the condition is true, one of this condition is true, what happened? Our apple will move on the downside direction. Okay. So click on the motion again and change Y by minus 10. Attach it here. Change Y by minus 10. Change it to minus 10. Okay. So now click on the green flag and test it. It's working or not. Okay. So now I'm clicking the green flag. It touches the bowl and it will stop. Okay. So I'm moving the bowl here. Again, I'm clicking the apple and it will coming to the ending point. Okay. So now everything is working fine. Okay, but actually we want that when it reaches to the ending point or it touches the bowl, it will go upside and continue this falling. So for to repeat this code, for to repeat this apple, okay, so we'll use a loop. Okay, so click on the control and choose forever loop. Okay, we want that apple will fall forever. Okay, so now this is the forever loop which repeat our code which we paste here. So I want to repeat the entire things forever, so we'll put all the entire codes entirely on the forever loop. Okay, so just drag it and attach it with the forever block and attach the forever block with the green flag click block. Okay, now click the green flag and see what happened. Okay, now we can see it's moving. When it touches, it's going upward, and when it's coming to a downside, again it's falling from the upside direction. That means it's working properly. Okay, so you can see here I also can move the bowl also. Okay, okay, so it's working. Okay, so first of all, I want to set the speed. Okay, it's very fast, so I set the speed to -6. It's a little bit lower. Okay, so now test it and you can see it is easy for our testing purpose. Later, if you want, you can increase the speed or decrease the speed. Okay, so now it's working properly. Now, for to make the game, we need a score. Okay, when the apple touch, that means I catch the apple with the bowl, then a score will increase. Okay, so for to add the score, we'll create a variable. Okay, so click on the variables. Here you can see, click on the variables and make a variable option here. So click on the make a variables and type here score, SCORE, score. Okay, and click it on the OK. So you can see here score is 0. Okay, so now still score will not increase. Okay, if you want you can check when it touches the bowl, score will not increase. Okay, you can see here it's 0, it's not increasing. Okay, so for to increase the score, we need to write our logic or write our program also. So when actually we want to increase the score, actually the score will increase when the apple touching the bowl, and the score will be increased one by one. So the so click on the control and choose the if block. Okay, so actually we are going to check a condition. If the apple touch the bowl, then increase the score. Okay, so we'll write our condition here. So condition is when touching the bowl. So we know the touching is available on the sensing. So click on the sensing and touching, change it to bowl and add it here. So our condition is if touching bowl, then what happened? Then score will increase by 1. So click on the variables, and you can check here, change my variable by 1. Okay, so change my variable to score and attach it with the if condition, if code. Okay, if block. So if touching bowl, then change score by 1. Okay, so now attach it with the forever block just below the repeat until block. Okay, keep in mind that you do not put it here, you just put it on the lower of the repeat until block. Okay. Okay, now click on the green flag and check the game is working properly. That means the score is increasing or not when I catch the apple properly. Okay, so now click on the green flag and use your keyboard for to move the ball. Okay, so it's increased by 1, 2, miss, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that means score is increasing. Okay, so our score is working properly. Okay, so now here is another issue is when I again click on the green flag. Okay, here our score is 7 already. When I again want to play or another player want to play, so that time I want that score will always will be 0. So when I always click the green flag, the score will be always 0. That time if I click the green flag, it start from 7. Okay, you can check it. Click on the green flag and it's 7, start from the 7 and increasing 7, 8, 9 like that. Okay, so this is the wrong. So that's why we will set the score to 0 when we start our game. Okay, so click on the variable. Okay, here click on the variable and set my variable its score, set score to 0 and put it just below the green flag click block but outside the forever block. Okay, so now when I click the green flag, it's set to 0 and increasing 1 by 1 is 2, and again I stop the game and again I start playing, so it's starting from 0. So it's working properly according to our game logic. Okay, now we want to add another option just like score. We want to add an option here just like live. Okay, so we'll set the live to 5. Okay, so if we miss the ball or apple 5 times, so our lives will be 0, and when the life is 0, our game will over. Okay, so just click on the variable and make another variable and type here lives, live, live. Okay, and press ok. Okay, so you can see here the live is also showing on the stage. Okay, and we want to set it to 5. Okay, if you want, you can change it to 10, 20 according to your need. But this time, I want to set the live to 5. That means if I miss the ball or apple 5 times, then our game will over. Okay. So set lives to 5. Okay. Set it to just below the score outside the forever loop. Okay. So set live to 5. Okay. Now live is set to 5. Okay. But when I miss the apple, every time it will deduct by 1. Okay, that means it will goes to 4, 3, 2, 1, and it will be 0. And when it will 0, then it will display as a game over display here. Okay, so now we also need an if block for to check the condition. Okay, so when actually live will be minus when we miss the apple, that means the apple is the maximum values. So what is our maximum values here? Minus 180. You can see here this is the maximum y values of the minus 180 here. Okay, so we'll set the values to minus 180. Okay, so just click on the control and drag the if and then block. Okay, okay, now we'll write our condition here. Our condition is when y position is less than minus 180. Okay, so for less than we'll click on the operator and drag the less than block here and attach it with the E block. Okay, and we want to compare the Y position. So click on the motion and scroll down and drag this Y position and attach it with the first block. Okay, so if Y position less than, what is the maximum value is minus 180. So type here minus 180. Okay, these values could be different for you. Okay, so that does not matter. Okay, but the values will be same here 180. So we'll write here 180. Otherwise, it could make the problem. Okay. Okay, so now when y position is less than minus 180, then what happened? Then click on the variable and change live by minus 1. Okay, so change, drag it here and attach it with the e block. Okay, and change live by minus 1. Okay, so now attach it with the, so now attach it just below the score block, scoring block. Okay, so this is the block for our score, and this block is for our live. Okay, so you can see here it's going to minus 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay, but it's also going on the minus values, minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but we want it will stop when we reach the 0. Okay, so we also need to apply another if block. Okay, if live equals to 0, then stop the game. Okay, so just click on the control and choose another if block. So now we'll write our condition here. So what is our condition? Our condition is if live equals to 0, then stop the game. Okay, so click on the operator and choose equals to block here and attach it with the if block. Okay, and then click on the variable. So we want to compare the live variables here. So just drag the live here. You can see the lives. So drag it and attach it with the live here. And if live equals to 0, change it to 0. Then what happened? Then we want to stop our game. Okay. So for to stop our game, control, click on the control. Okay, and here you can see stop all. So just attach it with the stop all. Now attach this block inside the if block of the last one, that is the live if block. This if block was for our lives, and inside this if block we write our another if block for to track the live is equals to 0 or not. If the live is equal to 0, then stop the game. Okay, so now check it, it's working or not. Click on the green flag. Is going 4, it touches score by 1, 2, 3, its again miss 3, score increase 2, 1, 0 and stop. Okay, now we want to display a game over screen here. Okay, so for to display the game over screen, we need to make our screen first. Okay, so how you make a screen for to display here? Okay, so just click on the sprite, not click, just place your mouse on the sprite and click on the paint. Okay, so this windows will appear. Now click on the rectangle here. This is the rectangle, so click on the rectangle and draw a rectangle like that. Okay, if you want you can change the color from here. Okay, so any one color you can change, just depends option is available. Now I want to type something inside this block. Okay, so now click on the text here and change the color first. So I'm changing the color to this color. Okay, and click on the box. Here you can see a box is appear and just type game over. Okay, and make it little bit bigger. Okay, so this is our game over screen. Okay, when our live is equals to 0, this windows will appear on the screen just like that. Okay, now our background is ready, game over display is ready here. Okay, so click on the code block here on the top left corner, code, and we will write our code here. Actually, now if I click the green flag, you can see the game over screen is always showing on the display. Okay, so just check it, the game is running, but it's from the starting of the game it's displaying game over, so it's wrong. So we need to change it. Okay, so what we want, actually we want that when we start our game, this game over screen will be hide, and when our live is equals to 0, then it will show on the stage. Okay, so now click on the event, and when green flag is clicked, so when I starting our game, what happened? I want to hide the this screen. Okay, so just click on the looks and scroll down, and here two option is available: hide and show. Just drag it, hide. Okay, so when green flag is clicked, the game over will be hide. Okay, so just check it. Click on the green flag, and you can see here the screen is not showing on the display. When we want to show the game over screen here, when our live is equals to 0. Okay, so now click on the apple. In the last if block, we tracking our lives, that is the values of the live is going to 0 or not. Okay, so when if live is equals to 0, then stop all. Okay, but before stop all, we want to use another block. So which is the block? So click on the event, and here you can see broadcast message one block is available. Okay, so just attach and just drag it, and attach is just upper of the stop all. Okay, just upper of the stop all block. Okay, so what happened, actually when the live is equals to 0, this block will generate a message, broadcast a message. Okay, by tracking this message, that message name is message one. If you want, you can change it. So I am changing it to game over. Okay, and click OK. So now broadcast message name is game over. So I will track this broadcast message for to display the game over screen. Okay, so now again click on the sprite one here, that means the back in game over screen. Okay, now click on the event, and you can see here when I receive game over, and attach it on the programming area. So when I receive game over, then what happened? Then I want that display will show. Okay, so click on the looks and drag the show block and attach it with the when I receive game over block. Okay, so actually when I am receiving the game over message when our live is equals to 0, and when is live is equal to 0, then I want to show the sprite, that means the backdrop, that means the game over screen. Okay, so now check this, it's all working or not. Now our game is completed, and we'll check it, it's properly running or not. Okay, so now use your keyboard arrow key and start playing. So just click on the green flag. Score increase. Missed is going to 4. Score increase. Okay. It's also again increase. Okay. So I missed it. I want to miss 3, 2, 1, 0, and game over. Okay. So everything is working fine. Okay. Okay, and another thing is, if you want to do any online course on Scratch or basic programming of Arduino or full course of the Arduino or Python course, so I have a website, origoinstitute.com, www origoinstitute.com. Okay, the link will be available on the description. You can check it from here. So if you want to do any course on the programming or robotics or AI, so you can contact with me. Okay, so thank you so much for watching these videos. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you so much.